And I've said that Moses becomes a paradigmatic leader in the biblical tradition. And the force of Moses as paradigmatic leader of Israel is apparent in the very first leader to succeed him, and that is Joshua. Deuteronomy closes with a transfer of authority from Moses to Joshua. So in Deuteronomy 34:9 we read, "Now Joshua, son of Nun, was filled with the spirit of wisdom, because Moses had laid his hands upon him, and the Israelites heeded him, doing as the Lord had commanded Moses." And in several ways, Joshua is going to turn out to be a kind of carbon copy of Moses. Moses crosses the Reed Sea, the waters stand in a heap, and the children of Israel cross over on dry land. We'll see in connection with Joshua that he crosses the Jordan River into the Promised Land. The waters stand in a heap. The children of Israel cross on dry land. That's in Joshua 3, verse 13. After crossing, the Israelites then celebrate the Passover. And that makes a strong link then to the Exodus, led by Moses also at the time of the first Passover. Moses had a vision of God at the burning bush. He was told to remove his shoes, his sandals, because he was on holy ground. Joshua is also going to have a theophany. It's a vision after he crosses the Jordan. He'll see a man with a drawn sword who's the captain of the Lord's host, and he tells him to remove his shoes. He is on holy ground. Moses is the one to mediate a covenant between God and Israel at Sinai. Joshua will mediate a renewal of the covenant at a place called Shechem. Moses sent out spies to scout out the land. Joshua also sent out spies to scout out the land. Moses holds out a rod during battle in order that Israel prevail over her enemies, and Joshua will do the same with a javelin. So these are all important literary parallels, and they signal the importance of Moses in Israelite tradition as the paradigmatic leader. So other leaders who are praised will be modeled on Moses. It's said of Joshua, after the Israelites enter the Promised Land, it said, "On that day the Lord exalted Joshua in the sight of all Israel, so that they revered him all his days as they had revered Moses." So no greater praise can be given to an Israelite leader than to be compared to Moses. But now we're going to take a close look at Deuteronomy. So Israel's wanderings in the wilderness end on the plains of Moab, which is on the east bank of the Jordan River, and it's there that the book of Deuteronomy opens. There, Moses is going to deliver 3 long speeches prior to the Israelites' entry into the Promised Land. And these 3 speeches constitute the bulk of the book of Deuteronomy. So Deuteronomy differs very much from the other 4 books of the Pentateuch, because in those books you have an anonymous narrator who is describes Yahweh as directing his words to Moses to then be conveyed to Israel. Moses will speak to Israel on God's behalf. But in Deuteronomy, Moses is going to be speaking directly to the Israelites, so that the book is written almost entirely in the first person, right? Whereas the first 4 books of the Pentateuch are not. They are third-person anonymous narration. Here we have the bulk of the book in the first person, direct speech.